What up, y'all? Coach Simmons here, and I've decided to bring something back from the past, every Thursday. If you know, you know. One of the things I want to bring up is the fact that, how do I want to put this nicely? HBCUs have a problem with marketing. They have a problem with development. I want to bring up this article, but before I do, do me a favor. If you like this kind of content, give me a like, give me a share, give me a subscribe, yada, yada, yada. But what I want to do is I want to show you, I want to tell you, explain to you what we can do better. I'm not going to be one of those people who is all negative, negative, negative. HBCUs can't do nothing. Blah, blah, blah. I don't fuck with that shit. If you want that kind of stuff, you know where to go to. But also let you understand I'm not affiliated. Like I told y'all before, my HBCU didn't play football. But we're going to definitely discuss this. I want to start off with one big thing. NIL. This is what I mean when I say that. Looking back at 2023, remember that? It was the whole end of the Dion era. Dion was going to Colorado the next year. Looking back at that era, the list of the top 40 FCS schools and the NIL grades, they have one very peculiar thing in common, one very big thing missing. This is from LinkedIn.com. I will put the link in the description below. The top list of the 40 FCS schools and the grades at this point was James Madison, 100. That was the NIL grade. North Dakota State, Montana, South Dakota State, Delaware, which is now going up to the FBS. Montana State, Jacksonville State, Jacksonville State, number 7, which is now in the FCS and doing pretty damn well. Sam Houston State, which is also in the FBS, doing pretty damn well. Weaver State, Southern Illinois, North Dakota, Eastern Washington, Villanova, Northern Iowa, Kennesaw State, which is now in the FBS, getting their doors blown off, but they're in the FBS, I'm sorry. Richmond, UC Davis, Illinois State, New Hampshire, Central Arkansas with their purple and silver field, Warford, Chattanooga, Southeastern Louisiana, Austin Peay, Monmouth, Sacramento State, which now is trying to get into the FBS, and they got pretty hefty NIL package. Eastern Kentucky, Holy Cross, Nicholls State, Albany, San Diego, Furman, Youngstown State. Those are the top 33. You're probably wondering where the HBCU's at. Well, this is where they come in. Those were the top 33 schools. 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40, all HBCUs. Carolina A&T, South Carolina State, FAMU, Bethune-Cookman, Alabama A&M, Alabama State, Alcorn State. Yeah, Alcorn State is number 40. Those are the top 40. Now, what do number 34 through 40 all have in common? They have two things in common, really. They're all HBCUs, definitely. They've all had coaching changes. Neither of those schools, the A&Ts, the SC State, FAMU, Bethune-Cookman, which surprised me, Alabama A&M, Alabama State, or Alcorn State, neither of those schools can hold a candle right now to Jackson State. So when it comes to seeing people sign for NILs and everything like that, NIL packages, and it's great for the kids. I want the kids to get their money, get your paper. But overall, you're not performing, don't mean shit. No other school on the HBCU level over here, the A&T, SC State, I'll give Mr. Berry a little time. He just started. FAMU has won a title since then. But Bethune-Cookman, Alabama A&M, Alabama State, Alcorn State, they're not developing their talent. None of it's getting developed. Once again, I'll leave this link in the description below. Because what I want to talk about today is not really one subject. The point of this concept, I want to get everything off my chest right now. That way you don't have to keep coming back over and over and over again. The second thing I want to talk to you about, which will also be left in the description below. I've done this before, this video concept, plenty of times. But I want to read this to you one more time. In an 1850 publication provided to slaveholders with the guidance on how to produce the ideal slave. The top 5 ways to do it were: maintain strict discipline, unconditional submission, create a sense of personal inferiority so that their slaves know their place, instill fear, teach servants to take interest in their master's enterprise, and deprive access to education, recreation, and to ensure that slaves remain uneducated, helpless, and dependent. Those were the top 5. Now, everybody can ask you, well, Coach, why would you bring that shit up again? Well, once again, I will leave the link to this below. I'll even leave a link to the video I did about this before. If you're looking at this right now, that brings up another question. The question it brings up is free education. Listen, I'm going to give you my belief system right now. Do I believe we'll ever get reparations? Nah. We're going to wait us out till everybody dies off and blends together, one of the two. It's never going to happen. I'm not going to worry about it. It won't happen. The only way it would happen is if the education was free. But remember, education or knowledge is power, right? The victors write the story. That's why it's his story, not your story. That's what I did there. History. In the state of Texas right now, there are 25 schools. There were 25 schools total that were giving out free education. And I'll leave the link below as well. Everybody wants to know, right? Those schools, I've done this video before as well. And play back as well. All right. The video as well, I'll leave the link below. But those schools in Texas were basically Angelo State? Yeah. West Texas A&M, Lamar, what was it? Midwestern State, Rice, Sam Houston State, Stephen F. Austin, Charleston State, Texas A&M, A&M Commerce, which is now East Texas A&M, A&M Corpus Christi, UTSA, Texas A&M San Antonio, UTI, UT Tyler, UTRGV, UTPB, UTEP, UT Dallas, Austin, University of Houston Victoria, University of Houston, North Texas, Texas State, and Texas Tech. Those were all free colleges. And just to explain to you what that meant, pick one at random. Let's say it's Texas Tech. First-time freshman or transfer student, federal Pell Grant eligible. Your family can make more than 65,000. Eligible for 8 semesters, not including summers. Must complete 12 credit hours each semester. That's basically it, man. That's the requirements. You have the priority admission and priority scholarship and red rate guarantee and all that good stuff, but that was it. Criteria. Can you breathe? Show up. Now, University of Texas at Austin and all UT system schools are doing $100,000 or less. Graduate from any high school in Texas. Your family makes $100,000 a year or less. You're eligible for free education. Which, hey, 100%, I'm with you. I feel you. But here's the problem with that. Any of those schools I tell you are HBCUs, right now with the whole thing of the DEI situation going around where we want to wipe out Black history, we want to wipe out the slavery, anything to do to remind you of slavery or to change the history. Remember, his story, not your story. Any school that does that is giving out free school, free education. It's hard to have a HBCU and not discuss slavery. It's hard to have a HBCU and, to be honest with you, you cannot go there with your privilege unless you wipe out the HBCU. They've already said they want to decrease funding. The best way to decrease funding is to decrease the enrollment. While HBCUs may have had 222,000 when they started off, for the first recording in 1976, going up to 290,000 after George Floyd, after being at a peak of 2010s, 396,000. Right now, the enrollment for HBCUs is dropping. They are. Because people have let the word come out there, and now the schools are seen as inferior. This channel right here is a non-affiliated channel. I give much love and respect to dudes out there from schools like Jackson State. I give props to Ken Clark and She Loves D and Doc Holliday and Swag Buzz, now Buzz, some of those Buzz, HBCU Buzz, all them people who went to those schools. Coach Clark went to Morris Brown and who went to those schools and are doing story on those schools. I give much love and respect to those guys. But what about the ones who are not affiliated? How much are we doing to represent the HBCU culture? Let's be honest. If we keep talking negative about an HBCU, is that really going to help drag in attendance? They're going to help enrollment. If I do bullshit, sorry, if I do stupid stuff to be funny, is that going to help with the enrollment? It's not. It's really not going to do that. All it's going to do is leave a nugget in someone's head. When they're like, well, man, I would consider going to HBCU, but I don't think they're going to have this feature or this going to have this. They're going to have what I need. And right now, with the lowering of attendance to HBCUs enrollment, we got to fight on both ends. I'll leave the link down in the description below to all this stuff. I want y'all to understand something. We're fighting a battle. We're fighting a battle, man. And it's up to us to decide who's on our side and who is just outside. My name is Coach Simmons, if you don't know me. And once again, this is something I want to bring back. I started this about 2, 3 years ago. I'm not sure who else is trying to do the same thing now. More love to them, whatever. But I'm actually a fucking coach. And I will talk to y'all later. Have a wonderful day. God bless. See y'all Monday.